If you've ever wondered how to import text into Tinkercad, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you two simple ways to bring text into Tinkercad: the fastest built-in text tool for quick designs and the import method for custom fonts, logos, and more detailed projects. By the end, you'll know exactly how to add text, how to control the look of it, and how to import an SVG file without running into the common scaling issues that catch so many beginners off guard. And if this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy Tinkercad and 3D design tutorials just like this. It really helps the channel grow, and it tells me to keep making step-by-step guides that save you time. Let's start with the fastest method, which is the built-in text tool. Open Tinkercad and go to your work plane. On the right side, you'll see the Basic Shapes panel. This is where Tinkercad keeps all the default shapes you can drag into your design. Find the shape called text and drag it onto the work plane. Depending on your version, it may appear in a red color, but the important part is that it's the text object, not a normal shape. Once you place it on the work plane, Tinkercad will open the Shape Inspector window. This is where you customize the text. In the text box, simply type the word or phrase you want to create. You can enter a name, label, logo text, or anything else you need for your model. Right below that, you'll usually see a font drop-down menu. Tinkercad gives you a few built-in font choices, including multi-language, sans, sans mono, and serif. Since these options are limited, this method is best for simple labels, name tags, and basic text effects. Now let's adjust the style. If you want your text to look smoother or more rounded, use the Bevel slider. Increasing the bevel can soften the edges and make the text look a little more polished. You may also see a segment setting, which helps smooth out those curved edges even more. The higher the segments, the cleaner and smoother the edges can look, although that may increase complexity slightly. This is useful if you want a nicer finish for 3D printing. You can also resize the text by clicking and dragging the white corner handles. If you need the text to stand up on its own, rotate it and position it on the work plane like any other 3D object. Once you're happy with the look, you can combine it with other shapes, make it into an engraving, or use it as a raised label. For a lot of quick projects, this built-in tool is all you need. But what if you want a specific font, a brand logo, or something more custom than the built-in options allow? That's where the import method comes in. Tinkercad itself does not support every font directly, so the best way to bring in custom text is to convert it into an SVG file first. An SVG is a vector file, which means it keeps its shape clean when imported into Tinkercad. To do that, open a program like Adobe Illustrator, Inkscape, or even use an online text-to-SVG converter. Type the text you want, then convert the letters to paths or outlines. This step is very important, because if the text is still a font object, Tinkercad may not read it correctly. Converting to outlines turns the letters into vector shapes instead of editable text. After that, export the design as an SVG file and save it to your computer. Now go back to Tinkercad and click the Import button in the top right corner of the editor. Select your SVG file from your device, and before you import it, pay close attention to the scale settings. This is one of the most common mistakes people make. SVG files often come in much larger than expected, so it's a good idea to start with a scale around 10% or 20%. You should also check the dimensions and keep them under about 100 millimeters at first, so you can resize more easily after import. Once the scale looks right, click Import. Tinkercad will place your text or logo onto the work plane, and now you can move, rotate, and resize it as needed. If the text looks too large or too small, just adjust it before continuing your design. From there, you can use the imported text to create nameplates, signs, custom branding, engraved designs, or any other 3D project where you need more control over the lettering. So, to quickly recap, if you want simple text, use the built-in text shape inside Tinkercad. If you want custom fonts or logos, create the text in another app, convert it to SVG, and then import it into Tinkercad with the right scale settings. That's the easiest way to get text into your design without frustration. If this video helped you learn how to import text into Tinkercad, please give it a like, subscribe for more beginner-friendly tutorials, and leave a comment if you want a video on turning text into a 3D printable nameplate next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.